Hey guys, so welcome back. In this video, we'll be trying to make media dynamic. So if you have been following along with the series, we actually made everything else dynamic, like including our heading, our small description, and our big description. Now the only thing to change and make dynamic is the images, right? So how do we do that? So like this process is like a bit more difficult when compared to the other ones, but yeah, we learn how to do it. All right, so now to make it dynamic, first of all we have to add this to our database, right? But we haven't added that till now. So let's go back to VS Code. So here I have my models.py. Now to this I will be adding one more field in which I can store my images. Okay, so I'll just be naming this as images. It'll be equal to models.image field. All right, then I want to upload the images to some file, so I'll do upload to pics. All right, or let's name this as pictures, why not? Okay, so it will get uploaded to pictures once I save it to my database. Okay, now we also have to add the root and the URL for the media file. If you guys remember, we did the same thing for our static files. So for our static files also, like we mentioned, our static files dirs and the URL as well. So the first thing is we'll be mentioning our media URL. Like media, like basically means where our pictures will run. All right. Okay. Okay, we have an error. They are saying that we have to install pillow. Okay, so now image field can be used only if you install the pillow from pip. So I will be installing that real quick. Let me just open up a new terminal. Okay, now let's hop on to our virtual environment. Work on new. Whoops. Then we have to pip install pillow. All right, and let that get installed. By the time we'll be setting up our root, so we'll be doing media, URLs also. So we'll be doing media underscore URLs is equal to, now we want this to be in our base directory, so I'll just be putting media like this. All right, okay, let's erase this. Okay, now it's done. So now we have to put the root for media. So I'll be putting here media underscore root, which will be equal to os.path.join. Like it's just like the same thing. Now this will be in our base directory as I mentioned, and the name of our file will be media, right? Media. So yeah, that should be it. Now let's just wait for pillow to get installed. And it is using cached pillow, and I guess it's gonna be over right now. Okay, there you go, pillow is installed. So now let's go back to our models. Now this should work. Upload to pictures. Okay, so now we have to do the remigration. Hopefully you guys remember how to remigrate. So Python manage.py make migrations. Just give 1 as the value. Just press in 0, and yeah, it added field images to books, right? Python manage.py migrate. And there you go, it's done. Let's go back, right click and go to view all rows. Now let's see if it has been added or not. And there you go, it's added. We got images, but we are having this as 0, 0, 0. Why is that? Because we didn't add any images, right, up till now. So let's add some images. So I already have some images installed. Okay, the server started. Let's go back and let's refresh. Okay, username is Jake. Put in the password. And there you go. Now what do we have to do? We have to just like add the pics, right? So let's go on to books, the one which we already made, and let's add pic to this. So let's go to books, and here like they'll be showing like the things we already made. Okay, so okay, so let's go to books object and let's change the image for this. Okay, so like I'll be back like once I change the images of each one of them. As you can see, we have an extra thing known as images over here. So I'll be back like after I change all the images. All right, okay. Okay guys, so I've made the changes. So now let's go back to our site and see if it works. Okay. So let's see if this works. And no, it did not work. Why is that? So we are missing a couple of things. First thing is we didn't make any change to our HTML code. Now apart from that, as you guys remember, we added the root as well as the media URL. We are also supposed to mention this in the urls.py of our main file, that is of Mr. Code. Okay, so in URL patterns I could do plus because I want to add the media's URL and root over here as well. So I'll be putting as static settings dot media underscore URLs, I guess. We'll change it if there's any mistake. Then document root is equal to settings dot media underscore root. Okay, so we are getting a few errors over here. That is because we didn't import static and settings. So let's import them real quick from django.conf. You can import settings. Now from django.conf.urls.static you can import static, right? So now this should work. Let's see if it works. SCTT. Let's go back to settings and see if everything is fine. Oh, it should actually be media URL, alright, because I guess that could be a mistake. Let's change this to media URL. Okay, it should work now. Now apart from this, let's go on to our HTML file and also make some changes. So when we go to a HTML file, the section of our for loop, we are like retrieving the small description and everything from the database, but we have to do so for the pictures as well. Now let's see where the pictures are mentioned. As you can see, it's over here, image source. So now this, it should be accepted from the database, or not from the database exactly. Let's Let's retrieve all this. As you can see, we got an additional file here called media. Now if we'll expand media, you will be getting media slash pictures, because like these are the pictures which you added in using your admin page, right? So they'll be shown over here as well. So I've added all these pictures. So now let's delete this. So now you have to put the name as you have mentioned. Now I gave the name as images, so I'll be book.images.url. Okay, so now this will retrieve the images for you. So now it's saved. Let's go back to our site and see if it works. Let's see if we get the images or not. Whoops, wrong browser. Let's refresh. And it's not getting refreshed. One sec. Okay, now let's wait and see if there are any changes. As you guys can see, it worked. We got the image of Guy Fieri over here, but like it says Jake, but I like just took the picture of him. We have like Guy Fieri over here. Now let's go on to YouTube. Now over here, like I have a random like picture of some binary code which I picked up from somewhere, and I got that over here. And for channel, I just have the YouTube, like a picture of the YouTube logo. So yeah, that's how you can make media dynamic in Django. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any doubts, please do leave them in the comment section below. Like I know like this part is a bit hard and like a bit hard to understand, so if you have any doubts, do leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.